Welcome to my channel, Real English Fluency. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you know what you want to say, but when you try to speak, the words just don't come out right? You hesitate, or people just don't seem to listen? If that's ever happened to you, you're not alone. And in this video, we're going to fix that completely. Because today, I'll show you how to truly improve your communication skills, not with complicated theory, but with real, simple, powerful habits that anyone can learn. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to talk so people listen, how to express yourself clearly, and how to feel confident in every conversation. Comment below. Do you ever struggle to express your thoughts when speaking English? Let's talk in the comments. I read every one. Now, let's start with Chapter 1, where your transformation begins. Chapter 1. The Power of Connection. Why communication matters more than words. Have you ever wondered why some people can speak so easily and everyone listens to them? It is not always because they use difficult English words or speak very fast. It is because they know how to connect with people. Real communication is not just about words. It is about feelings. It is about how you make others feel when you talk. Many English learners think, if I know more words, I will speak better. But that is not true. You can know hundreds of words and still not connect with people. You can also know only a few simple words and still make someone smile, laugh, or feel inspired. That is the real magic of communication. Imagine you are talking to someone who does not understand your words perfectly, but they can feel your kindness, your smile, your energy. They will remember that feeling. They may forget your exact words, but they will remember you. That is what great communicators do. They connect heart to heart, not only mouth to ear. So the first step to improving your communication skills is to understand this simple truth. Communication is about connection. You do not need perfect grammar to connect. You do not need a perfect accent. You only need to care. When you care about others, your communication improves naturally. Think about the best teachers, leaders, or friends you know. They do not only talk, they make you feel seen. They make you feel understood. When they speak, you feel safe to listen. When they listen, you feel respected. That is what you should aim for too. Let me tell you something. People remember emotions more than information. When you talk, ask yourself, what do I want the other person to feel? Do you want them to feel happy, inspired, confident? Once you know that, your words will start to flow in the right direction. For example, if you want to encourage someone, you can say something as simple as, I believe in you. These 3 words can change someone's day. That is the power of communication. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be real. When you focus on connecting instead of impressing, everything becomes easier. You stop worrying about mistakes. You stop thinking about grammar rules. You start enjoying the moment. You speak from your heart, and that is when people start to listen. Let me share a small story. A student once told me, I am afraid to speak English because I don't want people to laugh at me. I told him, do not speak to impress them. Speak to express yourself. A few weeks later, he came back smiling. He said, "Now I speak without fear. People listen to me more." Do you know why? Because he started focusing on people, not on himself. When we try too hard to sound perfect, we forget to be human. But when we focus on understanding others, our voice becomes natural. Even if your English is simple, your message can still be strong. Words are just tools. The real power comes from your emotions, your confidence, and your intention. Here's a small tip. The next time you talk to someone, look into their eyes, smile, ask them questions. Show that you are really listening. This small change will make a big difference. People love to be heard. When they see that you are interested, they will start to respect and like you more. Another secret of good communication is empathy. Empathy means putting yourself in another person's place. Try to feel what they feel. When you understand their emotions, your response will always be kind and correct. This builds trust, and trust is the foundation of every strong relationship. So stop thinking that communication is about speaking perfectly. It is about feeling perfectly. When you talk with honesty, your words find the right path. Even silence can speak when it comes from the heart. Remember, your voice is unique. You do not need to copy anyone. You only need to find your own way of expressing yourself. Speak with confidence, even if your English is simple. Simplicity has beauty. People do not connect with complicated words, they connect with sincerity. If you truly want to improve, make this your daily goal. Every time you talk to someone, try to make them feel good. Say something kind. Ask about their day. Thank them. Smile more. These small actions will make you a better communicator day by day. Great speakers are not born. They are made through practice, courage, and care. Every time you speak, you are learning. Every time you listen, you are growing. Even if you make mistakes, do not stop. Mistakes are part of the journey. The more you speak, the more confident you will become. So from today, do not chase perfection. Chase connection. Talk to people with warmth. Listen with attention. Speak with confidence. That is how you truly improve your communication skills. Remember, your words have power. They can lift someone up, give hope, or make someone's day better. Use that power wisely. You are not just learning English, you are learning to touch hearts. Keep this in mind. People may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Chapter 2. Listen. First, the secret skill great communicators have. Most people think good communication means talking well. But the truth is, good communication starts with listening well. Listening is the secret that separates great communicators from average ones. When you listen deeply, you make people feel important. And when people feel important, they start to listen to you too. Think about it. How many times do we really listen? Sometimes when someone talks, we are already planning what we will say next. We are not listening, we are just waiting for our turn to speak. That is not real communication. Real communication happens when you stop thinking about yourself and start focusing on the other person. When you listen carefully, you learn what others really need, what they think, and how they feel. You understand their emotions, not just their words. That understanding helps you respond in a kind and smart way. And that is what makes people trust you. Imagine this. You are talking to someone, and they are truly listening to you. They look at you, they nod, they don't interrupt. You feel safe. You feel valued. That feeling is powerful, right? Now imagine giving that same feeling to others. That is how great communicators build deep relationships. Listening is not only about hearing sounds, it is about being present. You don't just hear the words, you feel the meaning behind them. When someone talks to you, put away distractions. Look into their eyes. Show that you are with them. You don't have to talk a lot. Sometimes, silence says, I care about what you're saying. Many English learners focus only on speaking practice. But if you want to speak better, you must also listen better. Listening helps you learn pronunciation, sentence rhythm, and natural expressions. When you listen carefully, your brain starts to understand how real communication sounds. Then, when it's your turn to speak, you will sound more confident and natural. Here is a small exercise. Try watching short English videos or listening to podcasts. Don't just hear the words. Pay attention to how people use their tone. Notice their pauses, their energy, their expressions. Try to feel what they mean, not only what they say. This kind of listening will train your ear and your heart at the same time. Listening also teaches patience. When you listen without interrupting, you show respect. Respect builds connection. Connection builds trust. And trust opens every door. Sometimes people say, I don't know how to keep a conversation going. The secret is simple. Ask questions. When you ask questions, you show interest. People love to talk about their lives, their dreams, their experiences. So ask open questions like, how was your day? Or, what do you think about that? Then listen with full attention. When you do this, you are not just practicing English, you are building relationships. And that is the heart of communication. Remember, listening is not a weak skill, it is a superpower. Most people talk, but few truly listen. When you become a good listener, you stand out. People will feel drawn to you. They will trust you because you understand them. Sometimes, silence is more powerful than 1,000 words. When you stay quiet and listen, you give the other person space to express themselves. That space is where real communication grows. Here's another small story. A young man once asked his teacher, how can I become a great speaker? The teacher smiled and said, listen to others more. The student was surprised. But I want to learn speaking, not listening. The teacher said, if you can't listen, you'll never know what to say. That line changed the student's life. He started to listen more in every conversation. Slowly, his speaking also improved. Because when you listen, you understand people's hearts. And when you understand hearts, your words naturally become wiser and kinder. So, if you want to improve your communication skills fast, start today. Listen when your parents talk. Listen when your teacher explains something. Listen when your friend shares a story. Try to catch not just the words, but the feelings behind them. Sometimes, people don't want advice. They just want someone to listen. When you give them that gift, they will remember it forever. Listening is also important for confidence. When you listen, you don't feel the pressure to speak all the time. You can relax, learn, and respond thoughtfully. That makes your speech calmer and clearer. Here is a tip you can use right now. The next time you talk to someone, try this. Count to 3 after they finish speaking before you reply. This short pause helps you think and shows that you are truly listening. It makes your answer stronger and more respectful. Listening will also help you understand different accents, emotions, and speaking styles. The more you listen, the more you grow. Every conversation becomes a free classroom. Every voice teaches you something new. So, from today, make this your goal. Talk less. Listen more. Don't rush to speak. Let others finish. Smile while they talk. Keep your phone away. Look at their eyes. These small actions can make a big difference. Remember, good communication is like a dance. One person speaks, the other listens, then they switch. When both do it well, the conversation flows like music. Listening makes you wiser. It helps you understand life better. It makes your relationship stronger. And it makes your English more natural and meaningful. So, if you want to be a great communicator, begin here. Listen first. Listen with your ears, your eyes, and your heart. When you listen deeply, you will always know what to say next. And that, my friend, is the true secret of powerful communication. Chapter 3. Speak clearly. Simplicity is power. Many people think good communication means using big and fancy words. But the truth is, the best speakers are simple. They speak in a way everyone understands. They use clear words, short sentences, and strong emotions. That is what makes people listen. Think about the speakers you love the most. They don't try to sound smart. They try to sound real. They use words that touch your heart, not your dictionary. Simplicity is not weakness, it is strength. When you speak simply, your message travels faster and stays longer in people's minds. If your goal is to improve your communication skills, start by removing the pressure to sound perfect. You don't need complicated grammar to speak clearly. You just need to organize your thoughts. Take a deep breath, think for a second, and then speak slowly. That one habit can change everything. When you speak too fast, people may not understand you. When you speak too softly, people may not hear you. So find your balance. Speak at a natural speed. Be clear. Pronounce your words fully. Don't rush to finish your sentences. Let your voice carry confidence. Here is a simple truth. The goal of communication is not to impress people. It is to express yourself. You want others to understand your ideas, your feelings, your thoughts. So ask yourself before speaking, will they understand this easily? If the answer is yes, then you are speaking clearly. Sometimes, people try to use difficult English words because they think it sounds better. But it doesn't. It often creates distance. People start to feel confused or bored. Instead, use simple words with strong meaning. For example, instead of saying utilize, just say use. Instead of saying commence, say start. Instead of endeavor, say try. Your goal is not to show your vocabulary, it's to share your message. Here's something powerful to remember. The clearer you speak, the more confident you sound. Confidence does not come from using big words. It comes from using simple words with strong energy. Speak from your heart, and people will listen with theirs. Let's do a small exercise together. Repeat this line slowly. I speak clearly. My words are strong. People understand me. Say it again, but this time with feeling. That is how you train your voice and your mind to believe in your message. When you speak clearly, people stop to listen. They don't need to guess what you mean. They understand you instantly. That is real power. Another important part of clear communication is body language. When you speak, your face, hands, and eyes also talk. Smile when you greet someone. Use small hand movements to explain things. Keep eye contact. It shows confidence and honesty. People believe not only what you say, but how you say it. Don't be afraid of pauses. Silence can make your words stronger. When you pause, people get time to think about what you said. It also shows that you are calm and in control. Many great speakers use pauses to make their message more powerful. Try it. After saying something important, stop for a second. Let your words breathe. If you feel nervous while speaking, remember this. It's okay. Everyone feels that way. You are not alone. The secret is to focus on the message, not on yourself. When you think about helping others understand, your fear goes away. Another tip is to use examples when you speak. Examples make your message easy to follow. For instance, if you are talking about kindness, share a short story of when someone helped you. Stories make your ideas real. People love stories because they can see themselves inside them. Here's something else that helps practice speaking out loud every day. You can read a book, talk to yourself, or record your voice. Listen to how you sound. Try to make your speech smoother each time. You don't have to be perfect, just try to be a little better every day. That is how you grow. Remember, speaking clearly is not just for English learners. Even native speakers practice it. Every professional speaker, teacher, or leader works on being clear. It is a lifelong skill. Sometimes, people speak with too many filler words like or like eat. It's okay, but try to reduce them. When you use too many fillers, your message loses strength. Instead, take a pause. Silence is better than filler. It shows confidence and control. You should also pay attention to your tone. Your tone can make a simple sentence sound powerful or dull. Use energy when you speak. Don't sound flat. If you say something positive, let your tone rise. If you talk about something serious, slow down. This variation makes your speech interesting. Remember that communication is not about perfect English. It is about making people feel connected. When your message is simple, your listener feels safe. They feel like they can talk to you, and that creates trust. So, from today, stop worrying about sounding fancy. Speak like a real human. Use simple words, short sentences, and honest feelings. Don't try to copy someone else. Your natural voice is enough. You are enough. Here's one last thought. Clear speech comes from a clear mind. Before you speak, Take a deep breath. Know what you want to say. Then speak with love, not fear. People will always feel your energy before they hear your words. Simplicity has power. Clarity has strength. When you speak clearly, you shine. So keep practicing. Chapter 4. Confidence, the hidden language. Everyone understands. When you speak, people don't just hear your words. They feel your confidence. Confidence is like a secret language that everyone understands. You don't have to say it, but people can see it, hear it, and feel it. Many English learners say, "I know what to say, but I can't speak in front of people." That is not a language problem. It is a confidence problem. And the good news is, confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build. Confidence grows when you face your fear instead of running from it. Every time you speak, even with mistakes, your confidence gets stronger. Every time you stay silent, your fear gets stronger. So speak, even if your voice shakes, speak anyway. When you speak confidently, people believe you, they respect you, they listen. But confidence doesn't mean being loud or showing off. It means being calm, clear, and sure of yourself. You don't need to shout to show strength. True strength is quiet and steady. Let's be honest. Everyone feels nervous sometimes. Even teachers, leaders, and public speakers feel fear before talking. The difference is, they speak anyway. They have learned that confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the courage to keep going even when fear is there. So, if your heart beats fast before speaking, smile. It means you care. It means you want to do well. Take a deep breath, stand tall, and say what you want to say. That is confidence. Body language is one of the strongest parts of confidence. Your body speaks before your mouth does. When you walk into a room, your posture tells your story. So stand straight. Keep your shoulders back. Look up, not down. When you look confident, your mind starts to feel confident too.
Autumn and finally, try it right now.
Sit up straight, smile, breathe slowly. Say to yourself, "I can do this." Feel how your energy changes. That's the power of body language. Your body trains your mind, and your mind trains your words. Eye contact is also important. When you look at someone while talking, it shows honesty. It tells them, "I'm here. I mean what I say." Don't look away too often. You don't have to stare. Just stay connected. Eye contact builds trust. Your voice also shows confidence. Speak a little louder than usual. Not too soft, not too fast. Use your natural tone. Don't try to copy someone else's accent. Your voice is your identity. People don't want perfect English, they want real energy. Here's is something interesting. When you believe in your words, people believe them too. If you speak with doubt, people can feel it. If you speak with belief, your words carry power. So before speaking, tell yourself what I'm saying matters. Sometimes we lose confidence because we compare ourselves with others. We see someone who speaks fluently and think, they are better than me. But remember, they also started as beginners. Everyone's journey is different. You are not late. You are learning. Every time you make a mistake, don't see it as failure. See it as proof that you are trying. Mistakes are your teachers. They show you the way forward. So don't hide from them. Learn, laugh, and move on. That is how confident people grow. Here's a small trick. Before an important conversation, do something that makes you feel strong. It could be listening to music, breathing deeply, or repeating positive words. Tell yourself, I am ready. I am confident. I can do this. These small habits prepare your mind. Confidence also comes from preparation. When you know your topic, your fear disappears. Before speaking, take a few minutes to think about what you want to say. Make small notes if you need to. When your mind is organized, your voice becomes steady. Here's a quick exercise. Stand in front of a mirror. Talk about your day in English for 1 minute. Don't judge yourself, just speak. Look at your body. Notice your eyes, your posture, your smile. Practice every day. Slowly, you will start to like your own voice. That is a beautiful moment. Confidence is not only for big speeches. You need it in daily life too, when you talk to a shopkeeper, ask a question in class, or greet someone new. Every small moment is a chance to build your courage. If you feel shy, remember this. People are not judging you as much as you think. Most of them are busy thinking about themselves. So relax. You don't need to prove anything. Just be yourself. Real confidence comes from acceptance. Accept that you are still learning. Accept that mistakes are part of the journey. Accept that your English today is better than yesterday. When you stop fighting with yourself, your confidence shines naturally. Here's a truth you should never forget. You don't need perfect English to sound confident. You just need to speak with purpose. People remember how you say something more than what you say. Speak with warmth. Speak with belief. Speak with heart. When you believe in yourself, others start believing in you too. Your words carry strength. Your silence carries peace. Your presence becomes powerful. So from today, promise yourself one thing. You will speak, even if you are scared. You will speak, even if you make mistakes. You will speak, because your voice deserves to be heard. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you create, one small step at a time. Speak. Smile. Stand tall. You are stronger than your fear. And remember, the most powerful language in the world is confidence. Chapter 5. The Art of Storytelling. How to make people listen. Everyone loves stories. From children to adults, we all stop and listen when someone starts with, "Let me tell you a story." That is because stories touch our hearts in a way facts never can. They make us feel something. They make us imagine. And that is the real secret of good communication.
If you want people to listen to you, learn to tell stories. You don't need to be a writer. You just need to be real. The best stories come from your own life, your own experiences. Even a small story can teach a big lesson.
Think about it. When someone gives a long speech full of facts, you might forget it after a few minutes. But if they tell a story, you remember it for years. That is because your brain remembers emotions, not information. So, if you want to connect with people, stop explaining too much and start sharing more stories. For example, if you want to talk about kindness, don't just say, "We should be kind." Instead, share a real story. Tell about the time someone helped you when you needed it most, or the time you helped a stranger and felt happy. These small stories make your words come alive. Stories make people see pictures in their minds. When you say, "I was walking home in the rain," people can see it. They can feel it. That is the power of storytelling. It brings your message to life. Every good story has three simple parts: the beginning, the middle, and the end. The beginning catches attention. The middle shows what happened. The end shares the lesson or feeling. You don't need to make it complicated. Keep it short and clear. For example, one day I was afraid to speak English in class. My teacher smiled and said, "Just try once." I tried, and everyone clapped. That day, I learned that fear is smaller than courage. Simple story, big lesson. That is all you need. Storytelling also helps you sound more confident and natural. When you tell a story, you are not just repeating memorized lines. You are speaking from your heart. And when you speak from your heart, your English sounds beautiful, even if it's not perfect. Here's something magical about stories. When you share a story, people start to trust you. They see you as a real person, not just a speaker. They feel connected. That connection is what keeps them listening. You can use stories anywhere. In class, in interviews, in casual talks, or even in short videos. When you explain something through a story, people understand faster and remember longer. If you feel nervous, start small. Tell a short story to a friend, maybe about something funny that happened at school or something you learned recently. Watch how they react. If they smile or laugh, that means your story worked. Slowly, your storytelling will get better. Here's a small trick to make your stories stronger. Use emotions when you speak. Let your feelings show. If you felt scared, say it. If you felt proud, say it. Don't hide your emotions. People connect through feelings, not words. You can also use small details to make your story real. Instead of saying, "I was sad," say, "My hands were shaking and my eyes were full of tears." These small pictures help people feel what you felt. Good storytellers also know how to pause. Don't rush. Give your listeners time to imagine. A short pause can create excitement and curiosity. It keeps people waiting for what happens next. Here's something very powerful. You don't need a big story to inspire someone. Even a simple moment can change a person's mood. Maybe you smiled at someone and they smiled back. Maybe you helped a friend when they were sad. These moments are gold. They show who you are. And you know what? When you tell your story, you also inspire yourself. You remember your courage, your growth, your kindness. Every story you tell reminds you that you are capable. Storytelling also improves your English naturally. When you tell stories, you practice speaking without pressure. You think in sentences. You use emotions. You become fluent without even realizing it. So, from today, make storytelling a daily habit. Before you sleep, Think of one small story from your day. Say it out loud in English. It can be simple, like, "Today I helped my mother cook dinner. She smiled and said thank you. That made me happy." See how easy that is? And it trains both your English and your heart. Remember, storytelling is not only about talking, it's about sharing yourself with the world. When you tell your story, you say, "This is who I am." And that makes you unforgettable. Don't wait for a perfect story. Every person has something beautiful to share. A dream, a challenge, a victory, or even a funny mistake. Your story matters because you matter. So next time someone asks you a question, don't just give a short answer. Add a small story. Add a moment. Add a feeling. Watch how their eyes light up when they listen to you. That's how great communicators make people listen. Not with long speeches, but with small, meaningful stories that touch hearts. Your voice has power. Your story has value. Someone out there needs to hear it. So don't be silent. Start sharing. Speak from your experience. Speak from your heart. Because the world listens to those who speak with truth and emotion. And your story could be the one that inspires someone today.
The Adventure of Explored, Chapter 6.
Overcoming fear. Mistakes don't define you. Let's be honest. Every English learner feels fear. The fear of speaking, the fear of making mistakes, the fear of being laughed at. Maybe you felt it too. You know what you want to say, but your voice just stays quiet. Your heart beats fast. You worry that people will judge you. I understand that feeling. Everyone does, because fear is a part of learning. Every person who speaks fluently today once felt afraid too. But here's the truth you need to know. Mistakes don't define you. They teach you. When you make a mistake, it doesn't mean you are bad at English. It means you are trying. And trying is the bravest thing you can do. The only people who never make mistakes are the ones who never speak. But silence will never help you grow. Think about a baby learning to walk. The baby falls many times, but every time it falls, it stands up again. That's how it learns to walk. You are just the same with language. Every wrong word, every small error, every awkward pause, it's all part of your growth. Don't let fear stop you from speaking. Fear is just a voice in your head. It says, "You might fail." But another voice inside you says, "You can do it." Choose that second voice. Listen to it more often. Every time you speak, even with mistakes, you become stronger. You build confidence. You build courage. And courage is more important than perfection. Many learners say, "I'll speak when my English is perfect." But that day never comes. Because perfection is not real. No one speaks perfectly all the time, not even native speakers. They also forget words, make grammar errors, and correct themselves. So don't wait. Speak now, learn as you go. Here's something powerful to remember. The goal is not to speak without mistakes. The goal is to communicate. If people understand you, you have already succeeded. You can fix grammar later, but don't lose your confidence now. I remember one of my students. She was very shy. She used to say, "My English is not good. People will laugh." One day, I asked her to share her opinion in class. She spoke slowly, with many mistakes, but her message was beautiful. Everyone clapped for her. After class, she smiled and said, "They didn't laugh at me. They listened." That day, she learned the biggest lesson. Courage is more powerful than fear. So, if fear is stopping you, remind yourself of this. No one is perfect. Everyone is learning, even your teacher, even me. And the people who laugh at your mistakes, they are not better than you. They are just afraid to try. Every mistake carries a lesson. If you say something wrong, don't feel ashamed. Smile, correct it, and move on. That is what confident learners do. They don't hide from mistakes, they use them as fuel to grow. You can even make learning from mistakes fun. Keep a small notebook, write down the words or grammar you got wrong. Review them later. Next time, you'll say them right. And when that happens, you'll feel proud. Fear lives in your mind, not in reality. When you actually start speaking, you'll realize people are kinder than you think. Most people are patient and understanding. They admire your effort. They respect your courage to learn another language. And remember, fear disappears through action. The more you speak, the smaller your fear becomes. You can't wait for confidence to come first. You must act first. Confidence follows. Before speaking, take a deep breath. Tell yourself, "I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be real." That one thought can change everything. You can also practice with people who support you. Talk with friends who encourage you. Join groups where learners help each other. The more you speak in a safe space, the easier it becomes to speak everywhere. Here's another secret. Turn your fear into energy. Use it to push yourself forward. When your heart beats fast, don't run away. Smile and say, "This is my power." That same energy can make your speech strong and alive. If you ever make a big mistake while speaking, don't freeze, just laugh. Everyone makes mistakes. Laughing shows confidence. It shows that you're not afraid. People will laugh with you, not at you, and they'll respect your courage. The truth is, the world doesn't need perfect speakers. It needs honest ones. People connect with your effort, not your perfection. So speak with heart. Speak with courage. Speak with love for learning. Remember, every successful person was once a beginner. They faced fear too, but they didn't stop. They took small steps every day, and slowly, their fear became strength. So from today, change how you think about mistakes. Don't say "I failed." Say "I learned." Don't say "I'm not good." Say "I'm improving." Every word you speak in English brings you closer to your dream. Never let fear control your future. Let courage guide it. Keep speaking, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself. Because your voice deserves to be heard, even with mistakes. You are not your mistakes. You are your courage. And that courage will take you anywhere you want to go. Chapter 7. Practice. Turning every conversation into a classroom. You have learned so much about communication, how to connect, listen, speak clearly, build confidence, and tell stories. But now comes the most important part: practice. Because without practice, knowledge is just theory. Practice turns everything you've learned into real power. Many learners say, "I understand English, but I can't speak it." The reason is simple. You can't learn to swim by reading about swimming. You have to jump into the water. The same rule works for communication. You can't just watch videos or read books. You have to speak. You have to use English in real life. Practice is not something you do once a week. It is something you live every day. Every moment can be your classroom. Every person can be your teacher. Every conversation can help you improve. Start small. Speak to yourself in English. When you wake up, describe your morning. Say, "I am brushing my teeth. I am making breakfast. I feel happy today." These small sentences train your brain to think in English. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Don't wait for a perfect partner to practice with. You can talk to your mirror. You can record your voice. You can join online groups. You can even comment in English under videos. Every word you write or speak is practice. And every practice makes you stronger.
You'll make mistakes while practicing. That's good. It means you're learning. You can't grow without mistakes.
Here's a small daily challenge for you. Every day, talk for 1 minute in English about any topic. It can be your dream, your favorite food, your weekend plans, or something funny that happened. Record it. Listen to it. Notice what you did well. Then try again the next day. After 1 week, you will already sound better. Practice doesn't have to be boring. Make it fun. Watch your favorite shows in English. Listen to English songs. Try to catch the words, repeat them. Copy the tone and rhythm. When learning is fun, you learn faster. Another great way to practice is by asking questions. When you meet people, don't be shy. Say things like, "How was your day?" Or, "What do you think about this?" Conversations are the best teachers. Every time you speak, you are improving, even if you don't realize it. Remember, the goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be better than yesterday. Every small effort adds up. Just like a drop of water fills a bucket, small daily practice fills your mind with confidence. Here's a secret that good communicators know. The more you practice speaking, the less you have to think while speaking. Your words start to flow naturally. You stop worrying about grammar. You start focusing on the message. That's when real communication begins. Sometimes you'll feel tired. You'll think, "It's too hard." But don't give up. Learning a language is like building a muscle. You have to keep using it to make it strong. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Be patient with yourself. Progress takes time. No one becomes great overnight. Even the best speakers started small. But they kept going when it was difficult. That's what made them great. Surround yourself with English. Change your phone language to English. Read signs. Watch short clips. Read quotes. The more you see English, the more comfortable it becomes. You can also practice thinking in English. When you walk, imagine describing what you see in your mind. Say, "The sky is blue. Children are playing. The weather is nice." Thinking in English helps your brain stay active even when you are not speaking. Don't worry about what people think of you. Most of the time, they admire your courage to speak another language. Remember, every great communicator was once a beginner too. Here's another tip. Celebrate your small wins. If you talk to someone in English today, be proud. If you learned 5 new words, be proud. If you spoke without fear, be proud. Every small success is a step forward. To make your practice stronger, join English-speaking communities online. Ask questions, share your thoughts. Don't just read, participate. The more you use the language, the more confident you'll become. And when you speak, don't just say words, feel them. Put emotion into your voice. Smile when you talk. Use your hands, be expressive. Communication is not only about speaking, it's about sharing your energy. The best part of practice is that it never ends. You can keep growing forever. Every new person you meet, every new situation you face is another chance to learn. That's why communication is not a skill, it's a journey. So from today, make a promise to yourself. You will practice every single day. You will speak, even if it's just for 1 minute. You will make mistakes and learn from them. You will stay patient and kind to yourself. And remember this, your voice is important. The world needs to hear it. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start now. You learn by doing. You grow by trying. Turn every conversation into a classroom. Turn every mistake into a lesson. Turn every moment into practice. That's how you become a great communicator. You already have everything you need inside you. Your heart, your courage, your story. Now it's time to use them. Speak your truth. Share your ideas. Let the world hear your voice. Because communication is not about perfect English. It's about real connection. It's about being brave enough to speak every single day. Keep practicing, keep believing. You are already becoming the communicator you always dreamed to be. So my friend, now you know the truth. Improving communication is not about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about connection, confidence, practice, and courage. You don't need a fancy accent. You don't need big words. You just need to speak with heart. Remember what we learned together. We started by understanding what communication truly means. Not just talking, but connecting. Then, we learned how to listen deeply, how to speak clearly, and how to build confidence. You discovered how your body language speaks louder than words, how stories make people listen, and how to turn fear into strength. Finally, you learned that every single day is a chance to practice and grow. You see, all of these lessons are connected. Listening helps you understand others. Speaking helps you express yourself. Storytelling builds connection. Practice gives you power, and courage keeps you moving forward.
Breathe, so don't wait for the right moment. Don't say, I'll start tomorrow. Start now. Speak now. Even if your voice shakes, speak.
Shoot, because the more you speak, the more you grow. Every word you say brings you one step closer to confidence. And here's something I want you to remember forever. You already have everything you need inside you. You have ideas. You have emotions. You have dreams. All you need to do is share them. Your voice matters. It can inspire someone. It can teach someone. It can even change someone's life. So, if you ever doubt yourself, come back to this video, watch it again. Remind yourself that mistakes are not failures, they're signs that you're trying. Every great speaker once stood exactly where you are right now. They didn't give up, and neither will you. I want you to make a promise right now. Promise that you'll speak every day, even if it's for 1 minute. Promise that you'll be kind to yourself when you make mistakes. Promise that you'll never let fear decide your future. Because one day, you'll look back and say, I did it. You'll speak fluently. You'll feel confident. You'll inspire others to start their own journey. Now, before you go, I want to talk to you directly from my heart. If this video helped you, if it made you feel stronger or more hopeful, then please like this video to show your support. It helps me reach more people like you who want to grow.
And tell me in the comments, do you struggle with fear when speaking English? Or are you already practicing every day?
I really want to read your story. I reply to as many comments as I can because I believe every learner's journey is special. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel, Real English Fluency, and turn on the notifications. Because every week I'll share more lessons, more motivation, and more powerful ways to help you speak confidently in English and in life. This journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning. Every video you watch, every word you speak, every story you tell, it all counts. So go out there and speak. Speak to your friends, speak to your family, speak to yourself, speak to the world. And remember, communication is not about being the best. It's about being brave enough to start. Keep learning, keep growing, keep believing. You are not just learning English. You are learning how to express your beautiful self to the world. And I'm so proud of you for taking this step today. See you in the next video. Stay confident, stay kind, and never stop speaking.